Okay, guys, I've tried to do this video 3 times, and I have to get these thoughts together. Not ramble, shoot it through, stay on course. Okay? We're going to pick up on genocide, and we're going to move into reparations. Why are reparations important, and what are reparations? Reparations is a quantified value of what is owed to a particular group that was absorbed by the oppressive group. That's what it is. I took this. I never should have taken it. I never should have benefited from it. Here. Now you have it back. The playing field should be even. Now, there are some things that we cannot get reparations for. A 425 or 450 year head start in whites developing education, developing an economy, setting laws to protect what they have is not going to be replaced with a certain amount of money, because the laws, one, what's been bought has been bought. It's like going to the store. If we were given reparations right now, that's like going to the store the day after Christmas. Everything's picked through. You set the system. You set your marks. So now we're just talking about what's left. So you're at a disadvantage as far as reparations are concerned, as far as that is. The way that you calculate what the reparations are for Mexico, let's say, all of the minerals, all of the oil, all of the riches that came, farmland that came from all of the Mexican land that was taken, times the years that it was taken. That's what's owed to Mexico. Native Americans, same thing. All the land where the tobacco was developed, the entire tobacco industry, we could stop there. The value of New York, all of those areas. That's what's owed to the Native Americans and everything that's come from it. Everything that was built in this country, slaves built it. The foundation of our country was built by slaves, and anyone who says that they don't believe that is either extremely ignorant or disingenuous. So here's the funny part about reparations. And before I get into that part, we're going to jump. Do not fall into the trap that the oppressive community gives us about asking for a handout. Reparations being a handout. It's not a handout. This is a check that was never cashed. This was a paycheck that never went through the proper payroll system. Never went through any payroll system. So this is money that's owed. This is not somebody asking for a favor, a leg up. It's not what happened. When this group purposely gave themselves a leg up with the Constitution, they purposely gave themselves a leg up with all of these treaties that they murdered until the people signed. They gave themselves a leg up when educating black people was illegal. And they gave themselves a leg up with the United States Constitution 3/5 rule, with the United States exemption of Native Americans, with the Naturalization Act of 1790, where it stated you had to be white to be a citizen of the United States. All of the legislation that pre-1964 didn't apply equal protection under the law, 13th Amendment, and all of the civil rights legislation that passed and nobody listened to. All of the value that was built in this country that was absorbed by one group, to truly say we are going to even the playing field, that is what needs to occur. Now, if we're not going to even the playing field, let's stop talking about it and just say, no, I'm ahead and I want to stay ahead, because that's what the country was built for. But if we were to function in a way that was going to, quote unquote, level the playing field as much as it could with money or finances, there's still a pecking order as to which we need to consider. What I see as an issue in reparations is black people want their reparations. Native Americans want their reparations. Mexicans want their reparations. But no one supports each other for reparations. When you're going to do right, you should be in the interest of right. Not right for me, but right. And before any right can be done by way of reparations, the first group to get reparations should be Native Americans. Now, it gets sticky when it starts to come to the African people, because they were Africans here before Europeans got here. That's why a lot of the indigenous people here were so dark. But there were Africans that settled the Mississippi River like they settled the Nile. In fact, it's remnants of, now this is something I've read, I have not seen it, but there are alleged remnants of pyramids along the Mississippi River. But that would, the Aborigine and the Native American Indian, would be the first to be given reparations. After that, it will be the slaves that built the country, because that was the next injustice, that was the next Holocaust, that was the next genocide or attempted genocide. And then the last one would be Mexico, and that would be the state of Texas all the way to California, from mid-Idaho to down what is now the border of Mexico. So if you just think about the minerals, the mines, gold, silver, copper, nickel, oil of Texas alone, cattle land, you know, where they do the big cattle ranches, farmland. All of those things have a monetary value, and from year to year can be marked. That is where reparations need to be addressed, and in the order in which they should be dispelled. Lastly, reparations, again, like I said, it's kind of like going shopping after Christmas. There are some other things that need to be done. I think by way of other things need to be considered for generations for this to take. You can't just dump a lot of money on a group. I think Native Americans should have the ability to attend any state school without charge. They should have the same benefits as the Congress, President, Senate. And that should be done for a period equivalent to what was taken from them, because it has to become ingrained into their generation not just, oh, this group got some money. And similar things. Mexicans have not been hit as hard as the Native Americans, nor have the Africans or American blacks. So there would be a lesser degree of reparations, but I do believe that there would be reparations as far as healthcare. There would be reparations as far as education. There would be reparations as far as home ownership. The biggest thing would be not just reparation, because that's what's owed, but moving forward, there would have to be some attention paid to financing wealth within these communities. Now, right now, anybody can go get a car loan, we can get a house loan, but we can't get a business loan. And this is because this country historically does not finance the wealth of minorities. So, this is our lesson in reparations.